All right, so what I got here today is a pretty cool little workflow showcasing a bit of the TwelveLabs um, integration with n8n, showing you how to work with these nodes a little bit deeper into the different pieces of indexing as well as leveraging the Analyze API and understanding how these come about so that you could leverage these in your applications or automation tools like n8n, which is fine, especially for doing quick proof of concepts and testing workflows, right? So as we dive into this, if you can look in here, we have left side. We're going to start. I'm just going to look through this index to TwelveLabs box, right? So we're going to have some type of an execute node. So this could be a webhook. This could be something like dragging a file into your asset manager when the file lands somewhere, taking that file and then starting that workflow. So what we want to be able to do is we want to get this asset from let's say an S3 repository, right? This could be in various different areas, but one of the easiest areas to work from is S3 URLs. So we're going to have the asset that's sitting in an S3 repository somewhere. We're going to generate these pre-signed URLs. In this case, we have a quick Lambda function that is actually going to go out and it's going to create this pre-signed URL for us. We're going to take that, we're going to run it through a code node so we can make that readable to TwelveLabs to be able to pull in that URL. So we're going to send it, we're going to run this parse. Don't worry, this stuff, I'll have this for download afterwards. But once we have this information, we're going to send that to the index. So if you look on the left, we have this pre-signed URL that's been generated. And we have the video resource, the upload URL. We have the index ID that this is going to go to. We have our TwelveLabs API that's set into here. We're going to feed it the video URL, and essentially with this single node, this is going to shoot that file up to the index and going to start the process of preparing this file, generating the embeddings, so that we can take advantage of it later with this next section, which is the analyze, right? So from that TwelveLabs index, the next moment is we break off into 4 separate items that we're looking at. Granted, this could be a lot more or a lot less. It really depends. Technically, you can even have these all in one. It really depends on how you want this. We have it broken out into 4 because it's a little bit easier to just kind of understand. One of the bigger use cases that we see a lot recently is people leveraging the analyze section for doing compliance type of functionality. So whether that means finding content like nudity or smoking, drinking, different things that you want to be able to flag for content, even brand protection, right? So we're going to leverage those type of pieces. So if I look into this node, we've got, again, our credentials, resources, the analysis, chat with videos, operations. So these are part of the pre-built operations that define how you're going to interact with the API. We're going to pull that index ID, again, coming from the left side of the information, grab the video ID of the actual video that you're going to run the analysis on, and then the prompt. So you can have your long prompt down here. So analyze this video for content compliance using YouTube's ABCD framework. So we're going to look for adult content. We're going to look for brand safety. We're going to look for the copyright infringement, and then we're going to try and look for dangerous or harmful type of content. So this traditional kind of stuff for YouTube. But this could be, again, anything that you were trying to search for, especially if it was in a type of compliance framework, and then you're going to output that type of information. You're going to flag every one of those issues, and then you're going to bring that to the next section after this. We were going to generate a summary, so we're going to pull through that same thing again, just like above, like same index ID, video ID. And then the prompt summarizes video into 3 to 4 paragraphs covering what happens in the video, main topics and themes, key moments, important details. Same thing with chapters and highlights, right? This same type of idea. We're going to break those things down, and we're going to take all that information. We're going to run that through a merge node, though. It's going to collapse all that data into a single node that we can then clean up and prepare those outputs. So we're going to run it back into another code node. It's going to kind of bring all of this information together so that it's a little bit more digestible. And then in this workflow, we're going to land that into an Airtable, right? So it could technically go into any other application, maybe even to an asset manager, however you want to land it. Airtable seems to be a pretty good area, especially if you're running a POC and you want to test the type of data that you're going to create in this instance. So if you're going to be like, hey, how do I leverage these APIs to create all my metadata? I want to see the structured output. I want to test, are these prompts correct? So you just set something like this up, very simple. You can refine it later, but you're going to get an understanding of this is the type of metadata I'm generating for my assets. Does it fit in my taxonomy? It's a great way to go about it. So leveraging something like this is a pretty fast and easy way to do it. And you can basically boil it down. You got your compliance report, your summary, your chapters, your highlights, everything out in one little go, and a pretty simple automation. You could refine and keep running these things as you see fit. So hope this helps. Thanks.